We've got breaking news. A mandatory evacuation now for parts of South Carolina following a breach of a dam there. Now, we've got at least 9 people dead, with fears the death toll could rise after historic flooding. Hundreds of people trapped in raging waters, desperately waiting to be rescued as the tragedy continues to unfold at this hour. State officials warning folks to be cautious of possible viruses, bacteria, and other chemicals lingering in the flood waters, even potentially snakes and alligators lurking down there. Joining me now, Michael Schlacter, Weather 2000 Chief Meteorologist. Sir, what is going on right now in South Carolina?
It's absolutely incredible. I mean, I think the first thing the public needs to realize is to separate Joaquin, which, going back to the other story, was a Category 4 intense hurricane, one of the 4 most intense hurricanes that ever passed through the Bahamas. So that ship was encountering, 30 to 40 feet swells, which was pretty impressive.
So now we've got major parts of the coast of South Carolina underwater. So what is happening right now in recovery efforts?
So separate from Joaquin, we have a low pressure system that's just been lingering for days on end, and it's kind of the confluence of the worst possible scenarios in atmospheric dynamics. And not only is the coast getting the waves from Joaquin, they're getting the torrential rains measured on the magnitude of feet, like a lot of reports of upwards of 2 feet, 24 inches of rain coming in now. Plus, people forget the inland water in the mountainous areas of South Carolina, North Carolina, has to come down by river and stream to the ocean. So they're getting the inland rain coming down in the form of floods, plus the rain coming down from the sky, and it's just a tremendous situation.
What can we warn people in the area about when it comes to bacteria and viruses?
I mean, basically, similar to a Katrina situation, when you have any kind of levees or dams breaking,
or Superstorm Sandy,
Sandy with a lot of massive amounts of standing water. I mean, all rules are kind of broken in terms of the animal populations go nuts and they're everywhere, and a lot of the drinking water supplies and just everyday traverse routes are in danger of these animals.
So we're talking hepatitis, also E. coli as well, right?
I mean, those bacteria are obviously, you need to speak to a microbiologist about what those ideal conditions are, but they can definitely thrive in a very large, moist environment.
Should people in the area be concerned about animals such as, alligators or even reptiles like snakes?
I mean, I don't see why not. You're basically making this into these urban areas into kind of marshlands or swamplands of just massive amounts of water. So all the animals that you would typically see in an aquatic area are now basically downtown.
All right, meteorologist Michael Schlacter, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.